Today's reading invites you to honor what's shifting and trust what may return, guiding you to stay open as your path unfolds. Namaste reminds us it's the journey, not the destination, and self-compassion encourages us to sit with our harder emotions without forcing change. Our goddess is Samjna, and our moment of Zen asks, how can we act without overthinking and surrender so fully we forget we're even trying? Tune in, Witchlings. Namaste, Witchlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening to the cards, and taking care of ourselves along the way. So, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day we flow with the sacred spiral, and I am Di, your favorite yoga witch, and guide through it. So let's go step into today's spiral together. And that means go grab your favorite crystal. I'm gonna grab my quartz. No, I'm gonna grab selenite heart today. Go grab your favorite crystal, light your candle or incense, cozy up with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew is filling your mug today, and let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps our Witchling circle grow, and it keeps our daily spiral turning. All right. So, our daily reminder, Witchlings, we are officially to the first tier of monetization, and that means you can now join us as a Witchling member. Yay! And you do that, you're going to get all kinds of goodies. You're going to get access to the private Discord server, custom emojis of the critters, and yours truly, priority responses to your comments, early access to those new videos, members-only content, plus exclusive chats and live streams just for our circle. Your membership helps me keep creating all of this magic around us, and it lets us stay connected in deeper, far more meaningful ways. So, if you feel called to support the channel and step a little closer into the coven and you have the pocket change to do it, tap that join button and come on in. And I have been a creative, busy little bee recently. Looky, looky, looky what I have made. These are probably my favorite pair at the moment. And they are up. Oh, he's fixing the camera. There we go. And they are up in the shop right now. My cute little pink spirit board planchettes. I have plenty of other earrings in the shop, so please go take a look at it. They are all handmade by me, and there's other branded merch in there as well, including a Di the Yoga Witch hoodie for your dog. I'm getting one for Dookers. All right, coffee time again. Ah, and the earrings I'm wearing are pinned to this video today. Yay! Hey, Will. Have a good one, Chloe. Yeah, I hear you, Roller. I am a coffee fiend, and what I am drinking currently... Whoa, hello. Good thing I didn't spill that. It is white coffee with pumpkin spice creamer. Had to think for a second. Hey, Professor. Dum, 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 dum. I think I also have branded pet collars too with my logo. They're so cute. I was having so much fun playing with the options we could list in the shop. Okay. Ow, that didn't feel good either. I always am like sad scrolling through YouTube slop until I stumble back here and then I'm happy again. Oh, why, thank you. That makes me feel loved. And it makes me feel like I actually am spreading a little bit of joy when I do this stuff. I appreciate that. Not today, Jesus. Hey, that works. Oh, it's going. It is flooding here in the Snoqualmie Valley. The mall that I used to work at is flooded today. We are hoping, well, the Spawn isn't back home, so apparently Nintendo is doing okay. They're right next door to each other. So, yeah. It's an interesting day. It is an interesting day here in the Pacific Northwest. I hate flooding. All right, we have birthdays today, so let's go ahead and talk about those. Birthdays! My oldest niece is celebrating her birthday today. I absolutely love you, kiddo. Alyssa, I hope you and the hubby and the kids have an absolutely fantabulous day. Happy birthday, baby doll. Hopefully Will wish you a happy birthday for me. We are also lighting our candle for our witchlings and their loved ones who are dealing with some really tough situations. As I light this flame, may our light be a beacon of hope in the darkness for those stumbling and lost along the way. We are also holding this light for the survivors and victims of gun and domestic violence here in the United States, remembering them in our circle. And with the lighting of our candle, our circle is now closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us today. I'm going to be hacking for a little bit. I'm slightly congested. Not everybody's a big birthday celebrator. I just like making sure, because my birthday got ignored, overlooked, or just flat forgotten about for much of my life, I want to make sure that other people don't feel that. And I left my inhaler in the living room last night. That's okay. I have more. All right, witchlings. It is time to take a peek at the holidays that are weaving their way through the day. Aha. All right. Now, before we get into this, my darling witchlings, do me a flavor. All right. Okay. Let's take a quick peek at what holidays are weaving their way through the spiral of today. And now tell me, my witchlings, before we get into them, how are you planning to weave today's holidays into your magic? Let me know in the comments. I absolutely love seeing how each of you bring these little celebrations to life in your own unique ways. We start with... Sorry. My phone made noise. All right, y'all. Human Rights Day today. Human Rights Day invites us to remember that every human being, every single soul on this planet deserves dignity, safety, and compassion. It's a day for reflection, yes, but also for action in our own small ways. Whether you speak up, reach out, or simply practice kindness where you stand, you become part of a global wave of change. Today is about choosing humanity on purpose. Ribbit. It is Festival for the Souls of Dead Whales. This rare and hauntingly beautiful observance comes from the North Pacific, where some indigenous coastal communities once held ceremonies to honor whale spirits after the hunts. Today, it's a reflective moment for ecological reverence, a chance to acknowledge the intelligence, grace, and ancient wisdom of whales, and to honor the lives lost to human activity. Light a candle, pour a libation of seawater or salted water, or simply send gratitude to the deep for all the ocean gives us. Sedna would have been a good goddess for that. And it is also Nobel Prize Day. Today we honor the dreamers, the innovators, the peace workers, and the storytellers whose brilliance reshapes our world. Nobel Prize Day reminds us that extraordinary contributions often begin with a single spark of curiosity, hope, or courage. Let it inspire you to trust your gifts, follow the call of your own genius, and keep tending the work that lights you up. Greatness grows from persistence and heart. And those are our holidays, my loves. Yeah. Oh, honey, I know I'm worth celebrating now. But through my childhood, I've told you guys about my 30th birthday. My birthday was not exactly the center of attention. C'est la vie. Oi, John. Love it. John and his puns. It's great. Oh, I have so much I want to chit-chat about in the after show. Damn it. I'm going to forget most of it. Thank you, Alex. We are from the U.S. here, but we have people from all around the world in the chat with you right now. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am... Despite not being Christian anymore, I am of the opinion, I want to throw this out there before we get started. I just want to put out there, because it's something that comes up around this time. If someone is going to take the time to say to me Happy Holidays or Merry Christmas or whatever, I'm going to respond in kind. If you say Merry Christmas to me, I will say Merry Christmas to you. You say Happy Holidays, I will say Happy Holidays. And John derails me as usual. If you are going to take 10 seconds out of your day to acknowledge my existence, at the very least, I am going to be polite enough to respond in kind. Oh my God, a Roman Catholic. Oi. Yep. That's like the line from Rose Red. I can't remember the whole thing, though. Exactly. That's why I say Happy Holidays, because there are so many holidays between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So, well, we'll take it Thanksgiving and January 6th, Epiphany. 12th night. I really need to watch that. I need to read that Shakespearean play. Anyways, let us move on and see what the cards have to share today, because they're kind of screaming at us. Yeah, let's go ahead and do cards already. What? Sounds like my friends. Thank you, Alex. Okay, chat is now hidden, and I will respond to you guys again after we read the cards. So what do the Oracle cards have to tell us today? Well, they say you're holding space for possibility while feeling that familiar pull toward connection. Something unfinished may be making its way back around. Stick around for the full reading and see what this returning energy might mean for you. We start with options are kept open, followed by I need to reach out. Last but not least, there will be a return. And what do they say to us together? Well, you're keeping your options open, with options are kept open, guarding your choices while staying true to what you want. At the same time, I need to reach out shows a pull toward connection, a sense that something unfinished still wants attention. Deep down, you're holding to the belief that there will be a return, trusting that what is meant to circle back will. Those are our Oracle cards. Now, what's the tarot going to share? All right. You're wrapped in support and love, but a shift is coming that asks you to release what's ending without losing heart. Not every answer will be the one you hoped for, yet clarity is forming. So, stick around and see how these energies weave together for you. Haha. All right, so we start with the Ten of Cups. Harmony, spiritual love, close friends, the ability to give and receive love, happy families, and support. Followed by the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, change of heart, loneliness, good things must come to an end. Do not become disillusioned. Last but not least, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. Frustrations and setbacks need to be patient, and the answer to your question is no. So what are they saying other than obviously no? Well, the Ten of Cups shows you're surrounded by loving, supportive family and friends that you naturally give and receive deep connection with. Yet the Eight of Cups reminds you that even beautiful chapters eventually shift, and you are being asked not to fall into disillusionment as things change. The Ace of Swords reversed brings a clear no to a question on your heart, signaling delays or setbacks, but also urging you to stay grounded as clarity unfolds. That's our tarot. And now, my darlings, my dears, my loves, let's weave together the Oracle and Tarot into a single sacred spiral, a single thread of guidance winding through every card. So drop me a comment. Let me know what resonates here, okay? The Ten of Cups shows you're surrounded by love, support, and genuine harmony, reminding you that deep connection is one of your strengths. Yet the Eight of Cups signals a chapter shifting, urging you to walk forward without becoming disillusioned by what must end. The Ace of Swords reversed brings a clear no, hinting at delays or frustrations that may cloud your clarity. Still, the Oracle messages reveal a deeper story. You're keeping your options open, sensing that you need to reach out. And, well, because something unresolved still tugs at your energy. And through all of this, you hold the quiet faith that there will be a return, trusting that what's meant for you may yet circle back when the timing aligns. That's our reading. And now our affirmation. Sorry, I forgot. I honor what's shifting, trust what's returning, and stay open to the love and clarity meant for me. Our affirmation. Now let's check in and see what the chat says. Haha. I hate when the cards scream at me. Yeah, join the club, honey. Oh my gosh. So, to address what Mimi is saying, that this is the perfect opportunity for doing some of that cognitive swapping that we were talking about yesterday. Instead of saying, I hate when the cards scream at me, go, well, apparently there's a lesson I need to learn yet again, so let's get on this. Thank you, Andrea. And yes, the cards do scream at us quite regularly, and it is quite frustrating at times. Because, well, I don't like listening to them any better than most people. Hey, Mike, how are you doing today? We have some newbies in the stream. Also, Not that I am huge into Wicca. I am not a Wiccan. I have not been a Wiccan for many, many years. But there is some truth to what you put out into the world comes back to you. I don't ascribe to the threefold law. I do not say what you put out comes back to you times 3. I am, however, going to say that like attracts like. Because I have noticed that when I am feeling particularly negative and I start talking the negative self-talk and just the negative talk in general, I get worse. But if I catch myself, actually, this morning is a good example. I cannot count the number of times I have insulted myself already today, and it is only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have already called myself some pretty gnarly names, and I'm realizing the more I do that, the worse I get and the worse I feel. So I am working very, very hard to stop that negative self-talk. It also very much echoes what the incubator used to say to me, and I really don't want to give her any of my energy right now, for a very good reason. Oh my gosh, I am chilly. Oh. Yeah, my left arm just all of a sudden feels cold to the touch. Right arm a little bit, but not as bad. I'm betting it's because the left arm is facing the door. So how is everybody doing? I'm assuming from what a number of people have said, the reading actually kind of resonated with a few people. John says, as always, I aim and hit the bullseye. If I put a sweater on or something, I will be sitting here roasting to death and either pass out or puke on my desk. Neither is optional. That is true, and the heater is right behind me. But not warm. Oh, it is putting off heat. It's putting off heat. But I can't wear sweaters. And it sucks. I can't even really wear a heavy sweater or coat when I take the dogs out for a walk. Hey, Led Pasha, by the way. Hello, welcome. But yes, it is December. It is December, and I do live in the Pacific Northwest, but perimenopausal personal power surges are a thing. I also have POTS, so I would much rather be cold than chance overheating at any particular moment, which leads to either passing out or puking, neither of which are optional are optimal right now. So yeah, we're not doing so hot. Well, sometimes we are. Anyway, Scorpion pose and didn't feel the pain until the next day. That is so not uncommon. Yep. I forgot to put my frickin' veil on again today. See, this is what happens when Di runs late. I forget to do important stuff. Yes, actually, I literally just finished the tarot and oracle card readings. And now we are getting ready to go into our self-care cards. Starting with Namaste. It's that card, y'all. Namaste is saying it's not about the destination, it's about the experience. You don't need to be somewhere or have something to be happy. The experience is always more memorable than the actual destination or object you desire. If you think more about the destination than the actual journey, then you will miss out on all of the lively and lovely experiences while on the way. Don't measure success by where you have been, but by what you have learned on your journeys. Be aware of how you quantify success. Becoming aware of your thought patterns allows you to reduce them. By reducing our thoughts, we have more time to be in the present. That's our Namaste. This damn card. This damn card reminds me of the Miley Cyrus song, The Climb, every time I read it. Okay. Ooh, what part of India? We'll get to that in a minute. We have self-compassion. Lean in deeper. Is a part of your emotional experience calling out in pain or discomfort? Can you just be with it without trying to change it for 5 breaths? With difficulty, but yes, that is our self-compassion. All right. Yep. Isn't it a good song? Love it. Yes, John, I love it. Yep. For those in the horizontal feed, John is saying he remembered there were chocolate cookies in his cupboard, and he is eating them to support those who work in order to make them, package them, etc. So that is his excuse, or he means valid reason for eating them. Other side of the country, Pasha, we're in Oregon and Washington, the Pacific Northwest. I am Seattle adjacent, and we're just going to say Andrea is in the vicinity of Portland. Because 90% of people who do not live in the Pacific Northwest, they hear Oregon and they think Portland. Much like most people hear Washington and think Seattle. Just saying. I have a friend in Mumbai. I need to harass him soon. Coffee, 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 coffee. I love my coffee. If you feel up to supporting me and you want to send money or purchase something from my shop, book a class or a session or whatever, the link tree is here in the vertical feed and here in the horizontal feed. Check it out. I am dancing to the music in my own head yet again. We're having fun. We also have Patreon memberships and buy me a coffee and all of that good stuff. Yes, we will be talking about that. Damn it. We'll talk about that later. In about 10 minutes at most. So, yes. Coffee fairy. Yeah. Can we imagine Tinkerbell caffeinated? That's a pixie, not a fairy, but still, oh my good God. I'm thinking the squirrel from Hoodwinked. The squirrel from Hoodwinked. Do you remember what happened when the squirrel from Hoodwinked got caffeinated? He slowed down. He slowed down and you could understand what he was saying. It was hilarious. I really like the Hoodwinked movies. Thank you, John. You're the best. Not Over the Hedge, Hoodwinked. It's a play on Little Red Riding Hood. We'll talk about it in the after party because I will get going on it and completely derail the show. So, my darlings, my dears, my beloveds, witchlings, it is time to honor the goddess of the day, a divine presence to walk with us, inspire us, and guide us on today's spiral. I really hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Let's get going. Samjna, whose very name means consciousness, is honored in Hindu tradition as the goddess of knowledge, reason, logic, and all forms of conscious action. She guides learning, insight, and excellence, encouraging us to redefine and refine our... Backing up. She guides learning, insight, and excellence, encouraging us to refine the mind just as we refine any sacred tool. Her symbol, the walnut, mirrors the shape of the human brain, a reminder that wisdom is both a gift and a responsibility. This day echoes her influence through the Nobel Prize ceremonies, celebrating humanity's achievements in science, literature, and peace. To honor Samjna, devote time to nourishing your mind today. Read something that expands your understanding, learn a new skill, or engage in a thoughtful discussion. A simple charm for clarity is to carry a walnut throughout the day, letting it represent heightened awareness. Eat it tonight to symbolically take her wisdom into yourself. And that's our goddess, my dears. What do y'all think of her? I like the Hindu goddesses. Nice. Oi! There are, and I love learning about them. I have... So, for those of you who have not been here from basically the beginning, I somehow acquired a deck of cards that was multiple different goddesses. And I loved it. And when I started doing my daily divination draw, the goddess was that one of those cards was part of it. After I went through that particular deck of cards 5 different times, I decided it was time to start learning about some of the other goddesses, at which point I got this book, 365 Goddesses. He set it up. See, I acquired the 365 Goddesses, a daily guide to the magic and inspiration of the goddess. And because it's, mid-December, we're almost done with the book. But I have learned about, Tiamat's in here. I remember doing Tiamat. But I have learned about so many interesting goddesses, and it has made me want to learn more about so many of them, so I love it. But today's goddess is one that I could very much admire, because I love learning new stuff. That is half the reason. That is half the reason I do this. You don't believe in gods. Oh, wonderful, Mimi. Yes, Shiva is really interesting. And the fact that she has so many different faces. Yeah. It's okay. Well, another shooting. This is why we light our candle for the survivors and victims of gun and domestic violence here in the States. The fact that I do it every day just screams, that there's a problem here. But, oh, that's right. Shiva is male. Thank you. I can see her face. And I get her and Shiva. I think she's one of Shiva's wives is why I get her messed up with so many. Yes, there's another shooting in the there are shootings every day here in the States. Just they don't always make the news unless there's a bunch of them or it happens at a school. Yeah, it usually doesn't make the news unless at least 4 to 6 kids die to start with. Yup, Shiva the Destroyer. Haha. So, yeah. We just had the holiday. It's a Canadian holiday acknowledging violence against women. I know. And that holiday came about because of a college shooting where a bunch of women were taken out because they were engineering students. What happened after that? Canada banned guns. What happened when Canada banned guns? They stopped having mass shootings until idiots started importing them from the States. Drink my coffee, calm down. Let's do our little moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. I love this book. Here's the Little Book of Zen. I love this book. All right, y'all. We have quotes from St. Anthony and Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra asks, how can you think and hit at the same time? St. Anthony says, the prayer of the monk is not perfect until he no longer recognizes himself or the fact that he is praying. St. Anthony. That kind of, well, the prayer of the monk is not perfect until he no longer recognizes himself or the fact that he is praying is kind of what the 8 limbs of yoga are all about too. You do the asana and then you meditate and you focus until you become one with the object, and then you find nirvana. I cannot for the life of me remember the word though. Frickin' random access memory. All right, my friends. Oh, Mimi, you're not a problem. I'm not complaining about you bringing it up. I actually appreciate the fact that you did mention it. Just next time, let's wait until after we close the show and we get into chilling with the Witchlings. That's the only thing. Hello, that was trying to fall out. That's the only complaint I have right now. So, I don't disagree with you, Pasha. Speaking of, let's go ahead and get into today's closing blessing. I'm tripping over my tongue. And here is today's closing blessing, Witchlings. May your path be lit with clarity, your heart held in patience, and your spirit guided by the quiet wisdom within you. May endings open new doors, may returning energies bring healing, and may love surround you in every step. Blessed be and namaste, my Witchlings. And now, Witchlings. And now, my Witchlings, it is time to open our circle. As we open our circle with the extinguishing of our candle, we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us here today. It kind of went corkscrew on us. Donk. I'll explain the Witchlings when we get to chilling with the Witchlings. Andrea, I agree and disagree with you. Yes, we have the right to bear arms, but I do agree that we should probably ban assault rifles. Anyway, let's keep going. We're almost there. Let's not distract die too badly. Now, before we go, a quick reminder, this channel is supported entirely by our Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, just magic and love. So please, let's like, share, and subscribe, because it does definitely keep us going. I can talk. Yes, ring bell. Ring the bell so you know when we're streaming again. I am being very goofy today. All right, my loves. We are to this point. Yay. Let's go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there is already enough darkness and hate out there in this world. Please, let's try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost in the dark. And then tell your loved ones, whether they're walking on 2 legs, flying with wings, curled up with fur, gliding on scales, or tiptoeing on those tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And if you take only one thing, and one thing only, away from all of this that we do here, may it be that you always, always, always remember you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real and genuine, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you guys all to bits. Namaste, my Witchlings.